What's up guys, it's Kelly and today I've got another swatch review for you. Today we are going over the latest from Morgan Taylor. I've got their fall 2021 collection, which is called No Boundaries. And in an ironic twist, they are a very traditional set of all cream fall colors. But no complaints from me, I absolutely love this time of year. I love these traditional fall colors, so I'm very excited to share them with you. If you haven't heard of Morgan Taylor before, they are a mainstream salon nail polish brand that is 3 free, meaning they're free of 3 of the potentially harmful ingredients that are often found in nail polish. They are vegan, meaning they do not use any animal-derived ingredients, and they are also cruelty-free, meaning they do not test their products on animals. So yeah, not too much to say for the intro. Like I said, we have a very traditional set of colors here, so let's just go ahead and check out the polishes. So as with all of my swatch and review videos, I am going to be using base coat underneath all of my swatches just to protect my natural nail and prevent any stains. Today, it's the Cuccio base coat. So first up in the collection, we have the lightest shade, which is called Keep 'Em Guessing, and I want to say this is a taupe. It's just a really nice soft neutral shade. It definitely has a little bit of a cool undertone to it and a little bit of that gray vibe going on, and I have to say I was so into this color. I love the formula. You can see it's just so smooth and easy, and it ended up giving me full coverage in 2 coats, which I feel like is very impressive, especially considering that the Morgan Taylor formula is pretty thin. I thought it was going to need a third for that opacity with such a light color, but it did end up looking absolutely perfect on me in 2. Plus this brush is incredible, just wanted to say that. Next up we have the shade Totally Trailblazing, and this one is a medium brown cream shade, and it's kind of interesting. In the bottle this one looks a lot lighter and dustier. On my nail it was showing up a lot more of like a reddish brown, and definitely a little bit deeper of a color, a little bit more saturated than it seemed when it was in the bottle. But I have to say this is another shade I really enjoyed. As you can see from the first coat, it was really opaque. Honestly, could probably get away with 1 coat, but here it is in 2 coats. Next up we have the shade Uncharted Territory, and this is a really beautiful deep cranberry cream shade, and once again it definitely looks a little bit lighter in the bottle than it was on the nails. I'm not sure if it's just the shape of the bottle and the way that the light is reflecting on them, but it definitely turned out to be a deeper color for me. But I absolutely love this type of shade, especially in the fall transitioning into winter. It just feels like that sort of holiday red color that I absolutely adore. It's such a classic, and again the formula was just so nice and smooth, very opaque, and it was very creamy. Didn't have that sort of jelly-like consistency. Next we have the shade Afternoon Escape, and this one, see, I feel like all of these bottles are a little bit misleading because it looks in the bottle like more of an orangey toned color, but I feel like it was definitely reading a little bit more red on my nails. But again, it was a shade I really loved. You can see just how opaque it is. It gave me full coverage in the first coat, but of course I am showing you guys that second coat so you can see what it looks like, and it's just a nice vibrant orangey red cream shade that just feels perfect for fall or really any time of year. Next up we have the shade Catch Me If You Can, which is a really beautiful, almost pastel-y kind of orange cream shade, and again just very impressive opacity. You can see this was basically a 1 coater on me. I did need a second coat just to get that full coverage, but I was just really impressed with the opacity on honestly all of these shades. This color for me is a little bit light for fall, but I still feel like I can get a lot of use out of this one in nail art, but mostly I'll probably save it for next spring. And last but not least we have the shade Laying Low, which is a super rich vibrant navy blue cream shade. It actually ended up having a tiny bit of that jelly-like consistency where it's just super high shine and a little bit less opaque, but I ended up getting it to full coverage in that second coat, and I thought it looked really nice on the nail. Because that shade of blue is so vibrant, you can really see the color of it. It doesn't look like it's almost black on the nails, and even though I do like that almost black look, I feel like this is a great vibrant blue if you really want to show that color on your nails. So here it is in 2 coats. So here are all of the shades together. I think that these colors look really nice together, especially the 4 shades on the right side. I think they just give me all the fall vibes. I really loved this color story that they did, although I will say it's pretty hilarious that the name of the collection is No Boundaries, because I feel like these are extremely traditional colors and they definitely played it safe. But you guys know me, I absolutely love fall colors. I love the traditional shades, so this one really speaks to me. I'm definitely on board. So yeah, those are the shades, and like I said, there's nothing particularly unique going on here, but honestly, I'm really into this collection. I feel like Morgan Taylor reminds me a lot of OPI in terms of their colors, their formula, their brushes. There's a lot about them that feels very similar to OPI, and one thing that I was a little bit disappointed about when I reviewed OPI's fall 2021 collection was the lack of these more traditional warm fall colors. So I have to say, I'm actually really happy that Morgan Taylor decided to go on this route, because these are the colors that I felt like I was missing from that OPI DTLA collection. And because it's such a very similar brand and formula, I feel like I really just kind of completed that empty space that I was feeling. The more I try Morgan Taylor, the more I find myself really liking them. I think their formulas are really good. I think the brand itself is very underrated. I don't really hear people talking about them too much, but they do a really good job curating collections. I feel like their formulas are incredibly nice. They're very thin, so they don't feel difficult to work around on the nail, but they're still self-leveling enough that it's easy to apply. So yeah, overall, we've got a nice set here, and I feel like these colors are just nice classic fall shades. So these polishes come in their standard 15 milliliter bottles, and they retail for $8 USD on the HB Beauty Bar website. You can also use the discount code KELLI to get 22% off your order there. So I will link that down below if you're interested in picking any of these up, but I'm curious for your thoughts on these. What do you think of these colors? What do you think of Morgan Taylor as a brand? Are you planning on picking any of these shades up, or are there any that you are particularly excited about? Let me know in the comments. We can chat about it. If you enjoy my swatch and review videos, please give this one a thumbs up, and if you're not already subscribed to my channel, please consider subscribing. I put out new videos every Tuesday, Friday, and Sunday. Huge shout out to my Cosmic Admirals on Patreon, Amanda M, Braxton Scott, Kristen, and Rocketman's daughter. I really appreciate your support, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye. Today's fun fact question comes from Patreon supporter Sarah R, and Sarah wants to know, do you have a favorite planet or space phenomenon? And oh man, I am so excited for this one, because let me tell you, I feel like I have been waiting my whole life for an excuse to share with you guys this exciting fun fact. Now, before I get into it, let me say this is not the most beautiful or exciting phenomenon that happens. It is solely because of the name that I am very interested in this thing that happens in space, and it is called spaghettification. Yes, that is an actual scientific term, and it makes me very excited. I don't want to butcher this, so let me actually look it up so I can read it to you. Spaghetti, oh my gosh, this is actually gonna be hard to spell. Okay, I'm just gonna read off of this. It says, in astrophysics, spaghettification, sometimes referred to as the noodle effect, is the vertical stretching and horizontal compression of objects into long, thin shapes, rather like spaghetti, in a very strong, non-homogeneous gravitational field. It is caused by extreme tidal forces. So just to make that a little bit easier to digest, it's basically when an object comes into contact with a very strong gravitational field. So like something like a black hole, where it pulls on it so strongly that it actually makes whatever that thing is look like a long, thin noodle. I hope I'm explaining this correctly. If I'm wrong, please let me know in the comments. This is something that Stephen Hawking came up with, which is describing what would happen if an astronaut were to pass through a black hole. If one were to fall into a black hole feet first, the gravity at their feet would be much stronger than at their head, causing the person to be vertically stretched. Along with that, the right side of the body will be pulled to the left, and the left side of the body will be pulled to the right, horizontally compressing that person. So I just feel like that name is hilarious. If you want to look into something that is a little bit more enticing and mysterious and even a little bit scary, you should also definitely look into black holes themselves. They are very cool to do a little bit of research on, so highly recommend that. I just think spaghettification is fun. I think it's a fun word. Probably wouldn't be fun to be spaghettified. I imagine you would die, but it still sounds like a lot of fun. Alright, that's it. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!